This is Lon Winters with Graphic Elephants.
This is Jimmy Lamp.
This is Matt Vassallo with the RhinestoneWorld.com.
And you're listening to the Two Regular Guys podcast.
And you are listening to the Two Regular Guys podcast.
Hosted by...
My name is Terry Combs, RG, regular guy.
And Aaron Montgomery.
We're just regular guys having fun and trying to make a living in this really cool and exciting industry.
I think we all want to succeed 100% of the time.
Seek to understand before I try and make myself understood.
Bring a ton of great information.
Coming to you live from somewhere dark, dirty, and dank.
All right. Welcome into the show. It is Friday, June 9th, 2023. Can you believe it, Aaron?
No.
We're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
I'm Terry Combs, and you can find me at terrycombs.com.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery, and you can find me over at oursuccessgroup.com. Terry, good to be back, and excited for the show today. First off, just a hearty congratulations and pat on the back for both you and Eric. It was a fantastic show. I know it didn't go exactly as planned, but you guys pulled off a good one. I just edited it the other day and got to listen to it, so really great information there. And so yeah, good job on you for you guys.
Our missing guest did text me the next day with the sorry dude.
Yeah, and we gave him the sorry dude. So anyways, but today we have a fantastic guest here with us, and we're excited to talk to Angel B, who's going to be joining us to talk about building your brand and how to make sales and influence people. She's done an incredible job with this. She's got an awesome YouTube channel that we'll connect you with. You check that out. And just a really cool person. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know her a little bit. She's going to be part of the Start Here Academy that I get to be a part of as well. So that's how we got connected, but we're going to learn more about her today. And so that's what's on tap for today, Terry. I'm excited to have that conversation. But we also have the news segment. Should we just dive right into this here?
Yeah, I think the two most illustrious alumni of Ohio University who are podcasting this very moment are going to be on screen here.
All right. I knew there was an Ohio University reference coming, but Eric, whenever you are ready, sir.
Hey guys. Hello to all you regulators out there. Happy Friday. Thanks for having me on. Our first news item. Arizona's screen printer loses $18,000 worth of equipment in burglary. A community is rallying behind Cream Design and Print after the Tucson, Arizona-based business was hit by burglars who stole $18,000 worth of equipment, inventory, and computers. The print shop announced its bad news on Instagram, saying it's hoping to recoup some of the losses via insurance. It's also launched a crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe, which has raised nearly $17,000 so far. In the meantime, Cream has already replaced its stolen equipment to keep the shop running without any downtime. This, however, has drained our reserves we set aside for the upcoming summer slowdown, which affects a lot of businesses in Tucson, including ours, the company said in the post. If you'd like to support Cream Design and Print, head to the link provided. In entertainment news, Jury Duty, the original comedy series, gives viewers an inside look into the American justice system through the eyes of one juror who believes he's participating in a documentary when really everyone else is actors. The plaintiff, owner of Cinnamon and Sparrow, a blank apparel manufacturer and screen printing company, is suing a former employee for allegedly coming to work high and intoxicated, passing out, and destroying a batch of custom shirts that were ordered for an influencer's event. Hopefully that doesn't sound too familiar to any of you. In the show, jury members are taken to the factory filled with Gildan boxes, printed t-shirts, reclaimed screens, racks of ink, and automatic presses to assess the location of the incident. I urge you to check out the show. It's pretty funny, and I think you'll get a kick out of the screen printing connection. And our last news item, Keypoint Intelligence evaluates buyer personas of Gen Z. The report looks at what channels Gen Z interacts with, values as it relates to brand selection and loyalty, and what marketing tools can be effective in reaching a Gen Z audience. Mark Davis, editorial analyst at Keypoint Intelligence, says 85% of Gen Z in the US believe brands should be about more than just profit. Gen Z consumers will not show loyalty to a brand that does not espouse their values, emphasizing the belief that for Gen Z, brands should be more than just about profits. The buyer persona and social media strategy analysis can be purchased separately or as part of a subscription. And speaking of Keypoint Intelligence, we at Screen Printing Magazine have partnered yet again with the research company for the 2023 Screen Printing Industry Salary Survey. The results, which will be shared in our special 70th anniversary print edition in October, will provide a comprehensive overview of the current wage landscape and potential areas for growth and improvement. So please take that survey by August 1st. Little incentive here, survey respondents will receive a $5 digital gift card to the business of their choice. So that's it for me. Thanks as always. See you next time.
Awesome. What great news segment as always. So thanks very much to Adrienne and congratulations to Screen Print Magazine on 70 years. She's ushering in that new era over there. I love it.
You know, that she was talking, the show Jury Duty that Adrienne was talking about, multiple people have told me, you've got to watch this show. It's really incredible. No one told me there was a screen printing tie-in to it. So now I definitely have to see it. Even my daughter told me about it, and she's a screen printer.
Wow, there you go. Now you've got that. Okay, well, definitely check that out and get all that good information there from Adrienne, and thank you very much for being here. Terry, we've got a little bit of news of our own too, so do you want to share that with the regulators?
Well, yeah, you and I over, gosh, how long, it's probably been a period of maybe 3 months or so that we started putting this together, but with Printing United Alliance, we have put together a paid class called the DTG DTF Printing Technology Essentials, and basically start to finish on direct-to-garment printing, direct to film on a direct-to-garment printer, freestanding direct-to-film printers. Basically, the essentials, I guess, really describes it. And we are on the front end of an educational package that Printing United is putting together, and it was certainly an honor that they reached out to you and I to be one of the initial instructors in that. And I think it's probably, I probably missed it on the screen already, but it will be ilearningplus.org.
Yeah, exactly. And Eric's got the bit.ly link there. So for the podcast users that want to go directly there, it's bit.ly/DTG DTF PTE. All right, there you go. Printing Technologies Essentials, right? So yes, thank you. It was really cool, Terry. I think our history with DTG and also with the some information around DTF. It was fun for me to also be a part of that because I don't have a horse in the race, so to speak, right? I got to just share my opinions and I know I definitely piggybacked off of you for latest and greatest information but I think it turned out really well. I was talking to Ray just the other day, Terry. I didn't have a chance to tell you this yet, but he was really impressed with the way it came out. He helped us update a few things and so looking forward to seeing people's feedback on that. So check that out.
And we kind of did it in the Two Regular Guys style, a little bit conversational and lots and lots and lots of information though.
Yep. Again, in the Two Regular Guys style.
Yes, exactly. There was no dad joke though.
No, there was not a dad joke. Well, I took it out, but we kind of had a dad joke at the end. It wasn't really a dad joke, just a joke. But
you did, that's right. I said leave it. You said nah, better not.
You'll have to ask us that over a beer sometime, folks, if you want to know what we're talking about. All right. Well, speaking of dad joke, Terry, you've had a couple of pretty good ones over good as far as dad jokes go. So we'll just leave it at that. We're ready. Hit us with the next one.
Well, I have to tell you now, I don't know why, but the criteria now is when I find a joke is, will it make Eric laugh or not?
Or
So
shake his head.
that's my standard. So I think I've kind of upped my game a little bit. So
Okay,
here we
good.
go. So Aaron, as soon as space travel is possible, do you know why I'm moving from the Milky Way galaxy to the soy Milky Way galaxy?
No, I don't know why.
Because I'm galactose intolerant. I can't see Aaron or Eric. Is he shaking his head?
He's definitely shaking his head. In fact, he's covering his face right now like this. Yeah. Oh, yes. I apologize in advance, folks. So that is a dad joke, and that's what they're supposed to be. So Terry, you're a master at this. I still get mine from my 12-year-old, so I think I need to up my game as well. Good
All right.
stuff.
Well, before we go any further, we want to thank everybody for checking out the Two Regular Guys podcast. We are, excuse me, we're always looking for new guests. If you or anyone you know would like to join us, go to calendly.com/2 regular guys with your show ideas. We need your voices. We would love to have the regulators participate in our new show intros. You've all heard the intros where we have multiple industry folks basically reading from a card, and then we mix it all together, and it's a lot of fun. So go to decorators.com/intro and just read a few sentences to be a part of our show every day. And if you're listening to the podcast version of the show, we would appreciate you sharing the Two Regular Guys podcast with all of your industry friends so they can become regulators too. And we would appreciate you giving us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We are everywhere. If you're watching us live right now, please join in with your comments and your questions.
Yes, indeed. On just real quick, Terry, I know you had mentioned it first, but then just to clarify for everybody that's on the podcast side, to be the voice, it's decorators.inc, INK /intro. So you threw a .com in there. It was all good. So, but yeah, we'd love to have you guys do that. And thanks, get out there and share, because we are moments away here from bringing in Angel, and I'm really excited to talk to her. Before we do that, can we just hear a little bit about some things going on over at my company at our Success Group? And also, before we do that, though, I apologize once again. While you were going through that information, I was off to the side chuckling because Todd had a follow-up again to the dad joke, and that's become part of the tradition. And so Todd says, "You really milked that one. It was cheesy." So there we go. Oh, you're muted there, Terry, but we'll get.
I don't know how. Todd said he had to run, so I thought maybe he wasn't going to be able to comment.
I know. I thought so too. But he hung around. He knows what his role is, and he does a fantastic job at it. Thank you, Todd. All right, Eric, can we just hear a quick word from our Success Group, and then we'll get Angel in here. Are you a small business owner that is ready to create a business that you love? Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed, out of sorts, like the business is controlling you? I'm here to help you create a foundation so that you can build that business that you love. I do truly believe that everyone has all of the resources, knowledge, and ability to create a business that they love without excessive grinding and hustle and working ourselves nearly to death. All you need to do is build a foundation using solid fundamentals. These micro consulting services will give you exactly what you need when you need it. Sign up for one of these micro consulting opportunities, and I will guide you to building a foundation so you can have that business that you love. All right. Well, check that stuff out. That's things that I love to do, Terry. You know how passionate I get about that kind of stuff. So
Indeed.
All right. Well, good. We've got there. It is time. As you guys might know, we're not big fans of the well-crafted scripted bio. We've kind of made that transition over the course of, we learned a few things over 10 years, I think, right? How to make this a little bit better. So I got introduced to Angel, and this is actually the first time talking to her. So when I say introduced, we're all getting introduced here. We've had some email exchanges, but she's part of Start Here Academy. In fact, I would say don't tell anybody else, but I think she's the highlighter. She's going to close us out. So we're excited to bring her in, and I'm looking forward to meeting her in 5 days. So Eric, you can drop Angel in here whenever you are ready. All right, welcome in, Angel. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited. So, as I mentioned, we're not big fans of the long crafted, perfectly crafted bio. So maybe you could just start us off by sharing a little bit about what brought you to the industry and a little bit about you.
Sure. So the industry just kind of, it was one of those things that just kind of fell into my lap. When I first got into the handmade business, I was doing like body butters and hair oil and things like that. I wasn't even doing t-shirts or anything like that. I was just simply making like body products.
Cool.
And I thought that was the avenue that I wanted to go into. But when I started to do pop-up shops, and when I started to do pop-up shops to kind of save money, I had a Cricut machine. So I started to make my own like t-shirts for the pop-up shops. I made my own business cards and things like that. And instead of people being interested in my body butters, they were interested in who made my shirt. So
I love it.
That was just it just kind of took off from there.
Nice. And how long have you been doing that for?
So that it's been about 4 years, almost 5.
Cool. Wow. Awesome. Look at
right.
that. And I see is that I can't remember if it was Romeo or Juliet there in your background.
Yep, that's the Caesar Romeo back there.
Yeah, awesome. So a little upgrade.
I have so many. Yeah, I have so many machines. I have a Caesar Pro, the 24-inch one. I have that one too.
Cool.
And I have like 3 Cricut machines now.
All right. So you got them all. Awesome. Cool. Well, so nice to officially meet you. And again, thank you so much for being here. Terry, where should we head next?
Well, Aaron mentioned the Start Here Academy. So talk to us about your presentation. What are the key points people are going to take away from your presentation?
So some key points that people would take away is how I've been able over the last 4 years to use my influence to gain sales.
Mhm.
When I first got into the industry, I was actually selling products, whereas now I don't necessarily sell anymore. I do have a few family and friends that I sell products to, but for the most part, I don't actually sell anything anymore. I kind of stepped away from that because I'm a one-man show, and it got a little overwhelming because the influence got really up there. So if I do sell products, I tend to kind of get overwhelmed with them, with the orders. So basically what I want to do, or what I will be doing, is teaching people how to use social media and influence to gain sales, if that's the avenue that you want to go. Or if you just want to use the influence to back away and teach people, you can go either way when you utilize social media as a resource.
Nice. I love it. I'm going to have you join us over in our success group and bring some of that knowledge too. So I made a note.
So when did you make that transition then? So you've been doing this almost 5 years. When did you say, you know what, making products isn't where I need to be? At what point?
It was actually pretty quickly. So I launched my business in August of 2019, and by January of 2021, I was done selling products.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, not even 2 years, where I just completely just stopped taking orders for, the public. Like I said, I do take orders for family and friends and things like that. Maybe a local business here or there, but I don't have like a website or anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
Those family and friend orders never go away. Let me just warn you that.
They never do.
That's awesome. Well, okay. So this is cool because you've got such a breadth of knowledge of how this has gone, and even in that short amount of time, I mean, I know it's 3 or 4 years, so today's world, that's not a short time, but let's talk a little bit more then about like online platforms, right? Like connecting to the different online sales platforms like Etsy and Shopify. What's kind of your take to maximize sales when you're connecting to those online platforms?
So it really depends on your ultimate goals, and it also depends on where you are in your entrepreneurship journey. Shopify and Etsy are both very, very good platforms, but they're also very different. So I would say for somebody who's just starting out and they need the traction, Etsy would be the better way to go, just because they have a built-in search engine. So Etsy, like, people can go there, they can search for things, they can look for specific kind of niched items. So if you're looking to kind of gain that traction, Etsy would be the best. And then Shopify is also really good, but I feel like Shopify is a little bit more for people who are established or are willing to put in that footwork to get the traffic to come, because there's no search engine with Shopify.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that way you laid that out, where you've got kind of what. Now, do you see then Etsy kind of being more of a marketing tool compared to being just an online sales platform, and then Shopify being more of the online sales platform, where you could maybe, like you said, I think starting with Etsy and then growing into a Shopify, or how do you see that working?
Absolutely. Yep. So when I first started, I actually had both. Now, I would not recommend that. It gets a little messy when you have orders. If you're getting orders from two different platforms, it can get messy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to use both, simply because Shopify, in my opinion, is a little bit better when it comes to the back office. It's a little bit more organized and kind of easier to maneuver.
Gotcha.
Etsy is getting better with their back office. When I first started, it was kind of hard to maneuver the back office. But I have noticed they're a lot better now. But yeah, Etsy having that search engine definitely helps for beginners, people who are just starting out, trying to gain traction to their business and gain sales. If you utilize things like the social media, so YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and things like that, Shopify can work. You just have to make sure that you're able to pull that traction in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me, but I just want to make sure that I was thinking about it the right way too. So good.
I had a sudden thought when after my previous question, and when you said when you decided to change the direction of your business about 40 years ago. And a friend of ours, myself and Aaron, Scott Fresner, had written a book called How to Print T-Shirts for Fun and Profit. And I remember about a year into my business looking at that book and saying out loud, and I still remember to this day, this guy's got to figure it out. He doesn't do it. He tells other people how to do it. Now, it took me a long time to make that transition, but it was always in the back of my mind, to make that transition. So, so speaking of YouTube, we know you have an awesome YouTube channel, nearly 70,000 subscribers.
Is that number right, by the way? Sorry to interrupt, Terry. I can't remember if I pulled that number correctly or not. So is it right around there?
Yep. So it's I'll be right at 70,000 probably by next week.
Or maybe
celebrate that in the Indy.
Everybody get out there and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
But so, a lot of people want to do this, but they don't know where to start. So when it comes to this video content, what are some best practices that people should follow to be effective with this?
Best practices that I use, I would say, a lot of the times people overthink video content.
Sure.
And they think that it has to be like super perfect and super curated. And what I've noticed is that when it comes to teaching, so in our industry and what we do, a lot of people are teaching or showing or demonstrating how to do something or how to use something. We're not like lifestyle, this isn't the lifestyle industry, so it doesn't have to be so pretty. So what I like to tell people, best practices is just record it. Even if you don't have like the ring light and the camera and all of that, it's fine. I record on my cell phone. Still, and a tripod and some natural light. I'm sitting in front of a window now and I have perfect lighting. So it doesn't need to be super perfect. It doesn't need to be super curated. It just needs to be effective. So people like to see the beginning, the middle, and the end. So if you're doing a project, they like to see the products you're using before you've put everything together. They like to see the process of putting it together, and they like to see the final result. And then if you have something like I do a lot of DTF, and people want wash tests, they want to see what happens after I've made it, after I've put it together. when I go to wash it, if I'm selling it and I give it to my customer and they wash it, what's going to happen? They like to see stuff like that. So just record your process, record the whole process, and just get it out there. Just get it out there. That's all I do. I record my process start to finish. I narrate it start to finish, and I just post it.
You know, there's so many people will say to me, nobody's interested in seeing me do this. And I'm like, are you serious? I've been screen printing for over 40 years, and every video I stop and watch it. I can't help it. You know, it's just so interesting.
I watch a lot of other people, and another thing that people say, there's already so many people doing sublimation. Why should I post it? Everybody has different teaching and learning techniques. The way that I teach and the way that my videos are so different from people who are in the same industry and do the same thing and teach the same thing. Some people like me because I don't have a lot of, chit chat going on. I kind of just get straight to the point. And there's other, creators who like to chit chat and do other things. And people like that too. Yeah. So there's room for everybody.
Yeah. We're the chit chat bunch here, so as you can tell, we like that. And I love how, you just make that so simple too. Just get it out there. Process, beginning, middle, and end. And I love that about kind of the reality of things is everything's really simple at its core. You just have to do it, and that's the hard part. So it's simple but not easy, and I love that you shared that. So, well, okay, let's keep going here because you've been an entrepreneur. So before the getting into this, were you an entrepreneur before, or what was your?
So I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And yeah, I never expected any of this. It was more so I just wanted a little bit of, pocket money. So I didn't always have to ask my husband for it, type thing. I just wanted to sell a couple body butters and
that's awesome.
Be able to go shop at Target.
There you go. Well, you had the hardest job that of everybody, but in this entrepreneurial journey that you've been on, I'm imagining there's probably been some challenges that you've faced while you've been building up your brand. What can you kind of share a little bit of that and how you overcame some of those challenges?
To be honest, the biggest challenge that I've had is balancing, because I'm still technically, I guess, a stay-at-home mom, because I don't work a full-time job and my husband is still, an entrepreneur. So, he's the bread and butter in the house. He's the one who pays the bills. So, and we have 3 kids. So I'm still haven't overcome the kids part of it. I'm still working with that. But I just try to find a balance. And one thing that I implemented that really helps is my top 3 rule, which is I write down 3 things that have to be done today, cannot be done tomorrow. And that consistently just progresses me. Even if it's not that far, it's a little bit. Something is better than nothing, because right now, my youngest son was diagnosed with autism last year. And we have been so super aggressive with his therapy. So nice. I literally have about 3.5 hours a day to work.
Yep.
So I have to write down my top 3 things that I can get done in those 3.5 hours. And as long as I do that, then I'm still progressing. As long as I do these top 3 things, I'm moving the tick mark a little bit further.
Yeah.
So that's I haven't necessarily overcome it yet, but it hasn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say
stopped anything.
You have, because you're still moving forward. So that's overcoming it. And I'm so appreciative to hear that you guys are going aggressive with the HAB is what my son went through when. So I've got a 24-year-old who has autism, and just all of that work that we did with him has created some. He has an amazing life now. So you're doing the right things. So congrats.
That's so interesting. That's good. That's good to hear. He's 4, and we just started this journey in October.
Nice.
And we've been really, really aggressive with his therapies, but.
Good. Yeah, that will make a world of difference for him. So we'll talk about it more, maybe in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. Sorry, I got off track. But when you said that, I was
with your top 3, you're probably accomplishing more in that 3.5 hours than most people do in a full day. Just by, I love that. I might borrow that from you. So
yeah, and I definitely make sure I turn off all distractions. So, you know, I like music or background noise, so I might turn on a show on my TV while I'm doing it. But I just laser focus in those 3 hours and in those top 3 things, and it has to be done in those 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. What a great tip.
You know, I do the same thing. It's because some people will Kim will say to me, "Well, how can you work? You have the TV on." I'm like, you know, I work from home. It's so quiet, you know, that I just have the TV on. I don't even know what's on it, you know?
Yeah. It's like the silence is distracting.
Exactly, exactly
Totally.
right.
Yeah. Well, Rena here, Cooper asks, and how do you keep your shop so clean? Just a little jealous.
It does not stay clean. I cleaned up before I got on camera.
Guys. Oh,
If the camera pans just a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, it's dirty over there. It's still a little dirty over there.
Yeah, I think we've all got that. You can't see what's around me here. This is fine.
Yep. Yep. Just this frame is clean.
I love it.
Pardon me. Well, so let's talk a little bit more about having a strong brand, and we talk about that sort of thing a lot here on the show. You know, creating that brand. So, what do you think are some important factors in building a strong brand? Yourself as a strong brand.
So a couple of things that would be important would be to be authentic. Is number one. Like I said a little earlier, there's a lot of people who kind of do what I do. So if you try to mimic or copy other people, they can see that and they can kind of feel that energy. So just whatever it is that makes you, make sure you put that on camera. Bring your personality to the camera, or to your brand, just so that like when people see a video, 9 times out of 10, they know it's me, even if they never see my face, because I've, you know, kind of built a presence. So people can hear my voice and without even seeing my face if I'm doing a voiceover or something. And I've actually had that happen where somebody's like stolen a TikTok of mine. You didn't see my face, but it was a voiceover. So you heard my voice and I got tagged in the video and they're like, they stole your video. This is you. I know this is you. And it was, people just, you know, when you build a presence, people know who you are without even seeing your face. So just bringing your personality and being authentic definitely helps to build a strong brand, and staying consistent with that. Once you've outlined like who you are and how you want to be seen, stay consistent with that. And there's going to be people who there's a lot of trolls out here who make comments, and just stay within your boundaries of your brand and don't let people take you out of that, because I get some pretty crazy comments, but at the end of the day, you gotta remain who you are.
That's awesome.
I love to be authentic. And when you said to people recognize you, I think I told this recently, but I was working a trade show booth one time and I was laughing like I usually am doing. And somebody stopped and turned around and came and said, I knew you were that guy from Two Regular Guys. When I heard you laughing, you recognized my laugh at the trade show booth.
Yeah.
And that's also part of your brand, Terry, telling the same story.
It is.
So that's, you know,
telling the same story over and over again. Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been doing this for over 40 years. You got to repeat some stories sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always somebody new listening.
That's right.
Exactly right.
Regulators out there, gold nuggets there for sure. Terry, you hit on the authentic part, you know, but then the consistency part too, right?
Yeah.
That's also so important, to not let the trolls get you down, not let those other things going, and just stay going for who you are, stay in that authentic lane, so to speak. And so, wow, gold nuggets.
Well, and you know, as you were saying, Aaron, you know, be consistent. We said when we first started this show, you know, we can't do one and then do another one a month from now, and do another one 2 weeks later, and do another one a week later, and do another one 3 months later. And we see so much of that. And look, when we decided to do that 10 years later, here we are every Friday.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's so important to, like you said, that consistency, but you've got to commit to that too. Angel, your story too about, I'm committed to these 3 things every day, no matter what. That's the kind of commitment
Yeah,
level
I love that.
this needs. So yeah, I'm writing a bunch of notes here too, Terry. So, so we'll have to compare notes.
You have made my junior yellow legal pad.
It's official. All right. Well, regulars, if you guys have questions for Angel, now is the time. Make sure that you're getting them in there. But let's real quick here, before we get to any listener questions. I'm pretty excited about Start Here Academy. Hopefully you are too. But what are you most looking forward to on that evening of the 14th of June up there in Indianapolis?
I'm definitely looking forward to just networking and meeting. I know there's some of my subscribers, people who have been watching my channel for 2-3 years now, are coming. I'm really excited to see those people and just network.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Where you've been doing this for so long, and maybe some of them have been engaged with you and commenting, and you almost feel like you know them, but you haven't actually had a chance to
never met them, right? Yeah,
so
yeah.
Cool.
Aaron and I get that opportunity a lot because we both do a lot of trade shows, but it's so much fun. And we love to have people come up to us and say, hey, I've been listening to you guys' show, or we listen to your show in the shop. So all the employees look forward to listening to it on Fridays and things like that. So it's lots of fun. And so have you done trade shows before? Is this your first experience speaking at a trade show?
It actually is.
Cool.
So I was a guest at the Graphics Pro Expo in Charlotte last year.
Nice.
Eve was speaking last year, and that's how I kind of got introduced to it, because I know Eve.
Awesome.
But yeah, this is my first time ever doing a trade. I mean, I've been like as a guest, but I've never participated in one. So yeah, this is my first time.
Cool. It's like a drug. You just you love doing it, and then of course the trade show people will see you, and then they'll be roping you in. Hey, could you do this show? Hey, could you do that show?
Really? See, I'm such an introvert, and I kind of I get nervous about things like this. I'm not I've always been nervous about public speaking and things like that. So this is definitely but I told myself this year I was going to get into things outside my comfort zone. So yeah, I'm just kind of
here's my public speaking advice, and I was the same way. I was very nervous when I first started, but and I don't recall who told me this years ago, but everybody in the audience wants you to be successful in speaking. And so if you think about it like that, it just makes you kind of relax. They want me to do a good job. They want you to be successful in your presentation. So it makes me feel better when I think that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely tell you're going to be fantastic at this. The introvert part definitely resonates for me too. And so we'll share those nerves together, but it'll be a lot of fun. So. All right. So real quick, Terry, before you ask her about where people can connect, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but Rena says, build your tribe from trade shows. I like that. So Angel, anything that we've missed, any kind of last bits that you would like to share with the regulators?
Those guys ask me this.
Yeah, just if social media is something you're looking to utilize, definitely get into it. These platforms are free, right? Making a YouTube page is free. A TikTok page is free. All of these things they're free to do. So just get out there, record your content. Even if you're a faceless channel, there are so many faceless channels. When I first started my Canva channel, I was a Canva tutorial person. I never showed my face. It was screen shares. I just did screen shares of Canva for 6 months, the first 6 months, and my channel exploded in the first 6 months. And then once people started to watch my channel, they were like, hey, can we see your face? Can we see you for real? But we want to get to know you. Who is Angel? We just see a screen. So people were asking for more. But when I first started, I was a faceless channel because like I said, I'm an introvert, and I I was scared to be on camera.
Yeah.
So I was a completely faceless channel. Like my TikToks, it was just my hands. I never showed my face. I never really showed my studio or anything. It was just my hands doing the whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, once like you'll get comfortable. You'll get comfortable doing it. Even if you have to start out just showing your hands or not showing your face or anything like that, just build up your confidence and post it. People are going to watch it.
Yeah. Yep. That's so true. And like you said, you grow into it, right? It's a little bit about, I always say kind of get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. And that's, wow. What good advice. All right. Well, Terry, what else we got for her here?
I just wanted to comment that you are not going to have any problem up on stage.
Really?
I feel confident in that, and you have a very at ease way of presenting yourself. So I think you're going to be very successful with this. So, how can people find you? How can they reach out and get in touch with you?
So YouTube is Angel B Designs on YouTube. TikTok is also Angel B Designs. I do think there's an underscore somewhere. I think in the beginning. I always lose track of the underscore. It's Angel B Designs pretty much everywhere. So Instagram as well. And then I have links there that you can, if you need to reach out or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. I've got one last question for you though. And we're just here amongst friends. So what's your favorite social media channel?
Probably TikTok.
Okay.
TikTok. TikTok is it's the easiest and it's the funnest.
Oh, I like that. Okay. I keep trying it, but I have not been able to. Yeah. All right. I love it. Thank you so much. Cool. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate you spending some time with us here this morning. I cannot wait to meet you in person here. I can't believe it's only 5 days away. So exciting stuff, and looking forward to meeting you out there. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks. All right.
Cool. Terry,
I wanted to ask, when you're on Etsy, is it required to have bootleg licensed apparel? But
you didn't really want to ask that.
Inappropriate.
All right. We'll have another guest in here soon enough that you can ask that too. All right. Cool.
Well, we'll have Charlie Tobley back on. He loves talking about bootlegging shirts back in the day.
I think he's already told that story on here, though. Would that then fit into your category of repeat stories? Kim said earlier that
I actually was having a cup of coffee with him here a couple of months ago at an event, and he told me an all new bootleg story. So,
really? I didn't know there was more than one.
I've never heard that before.
Wow. All right. Well, Kim said earlier, like I said, that you like your repeat stories. So she would know. All right. Well, Terry, let's catch up with what's going on, how we're going to be on the road here and whatnot. Can I start with Eric today, Terry?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay. I'll since I was absent last week, I can take up this here. Speaking of take up, today is the take up number 155, and it's what is commercial machine embroidery. And in this episode, he's going to discuss some defining terms about the customers we serve and the work that we do, as well as look at the biases we might bring to the table, what makes commercial embroidery different, and what ties all embroiderers together. Sorry, commercial embroidery different. So Eric's going to share his experiences across the different communities. So make sure that you head over to ericcampbell.com and you click the take up tab at the top for the links, and you can join in live at 2:30 Mountain Daylight Time. I think I got it right this time, to share your insights and just be part of the conversation. Eric does such a great job. And it's always just a wealth of information. We always tease him that, oh, that was a short one today, only an hour and a half, Eric. But here's the cool part. That's an hour and a half of like golden nuggets. So just even if you're not an embroiderer, I think it's worth just getting over there and checking it out so you have a better understanding of things. So if you have not done so yet, get to ericcampbell.com. Make sure that you subscribe, smash the like button, whatever it is that the kids do these days, right? And then he does have upcoming classes at the Impressions Expo Fort Worth happening here. That includes presenting embroidery's value proposition and more to come. So they're designing out the Eric Campbell wing over there as we speak. It sounds like so.
Exactly. I'm
It'll
going
be
to
good to
sneak
get
in and do
together.
a couple of presentations.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It's Eric land.
Eric Land. We're all just squirrels living in his world. So, all right. Well, no, I'm excited to see Eric out there at Impressions and check out all that. So, Terry, what about you? What's on Terry's Big Book of Travels here?
Well, I have. It's funny because I looked at my watch right as soon as we started because it was the hotel in Chicago confirming my reservation. I'm going to be at Atlas Screen Supply tomorrow doing my complete screen printing business course. The next class after this will be later in the summer, August 26th and 27th. I'll be at Workhorse Products. I was last weekend. I did my class at Workhorse Products here in Phoenix. My next class is September 23rd and 24th. We have a little space in the summertime because, hey, it's Phoenix. And
120 is 120 people.
Workhorse Products has floor-to-ceiling windows along one wall, and no matter how much you crank that air conditioning, it can get a little toasty in class. So.
Yeah.
Next week, I'll be with Equipment Zone at the Apparel Decoration Summit in Nashville, June 12th and 14th. I'll be seeing you there, Aaron. I'm actually landing at 10:30 Sunday night from Chicago, and I have to leave for the airport again at 3 a.m. For my flight to Dallas, then Nashville. So, and I will be joining Eric and Aaron in Fort Worth this fall. I'll be speaking on DTG and DTF, and I'll be moderating a panel discussion there as well. And that will be September 14th through 16th. And watch for all of my upcoming events at terrycombs.com. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah. Well, still time to register. If you've been on the fence, get to Graphics Pro Expo in Indy a day early and come talk to me. Angel's going to be there. We had Lori on a few weeks back. Lori will be there. So this is going to be a great event. And here, the part that I can't get over is this is completely free for everybody out there. Like just get yourself to Indianapolis. I can't. This is 4 hours of amazing information, networking. I think there's even going to be food and drinks. Yeah.
Aaron, how many people were at the one last year in Charlotte?
So registered over 600. They did like a campaign to kind of make sure they had enough food and room and stuff like that. And they had 480 some odd people say that they were actually coming. And I don't know if we ever got an actual count. I didn't take the time to do a head count, but the room was set up for 500 people. And I don't remember seeing a whole lot of empty seats. So
that's incredible.
North of 400 people for sure.
That kind of turnout for an event is just incredible.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And like I said,
and Indianapolis is even more centrally located. So for people to go to.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm really looking forward to just see it, because not only is there going to be some great presentations. So they're sponsors of the event, and they do a little bit of a presentation as well as the speakers do, like Lori and Angel. So I was a little bit nervous last year, going, okay, well, these people are sponsoring. They're going to get up here and it's going to be a pitch about their product. Every single one of them shared amazing information in the 10 minutes that they have. Like there's a couple of people that barely mentioned their product. They talked about how you could do their expertise in the industry. And a lot of those sponsors that were there last year are back on board this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I know the new sponsors they got are people that I'm excited to hear from too. So anyhow, I could go on and on about it because I really do think that this is a very cool event. And the fact that I get to be a little bit of a part of it is even that much more special for me. So I'm looking forward to it. All right. So that's the first thing that I've got going on. June 14th, osg.link/SHA. Thank you for leaving that up there. Eric, I got on my platform and didn't let go. The other thing you saw in the ad a little bit earlier, some of that micro consulting stuff that I had mentioned. The one that I've been working with folks on that has been really powerful for them has been what I call Clarify Your Reason. And here's the reality: every thriving business, every successful entrepreneur, they start with a compelling why, right? And when Angel talked about, your brand, your why, that's really what it is. It's that driving force that fuels you. And so my goal with Clarify Your Reason is to help people unlock that why, and then set a goal that is fully aligned with that purpose, right? So it just gives you a nice guide to go out there and figure out what it is that you want to accomplish for your business. And here's the cool part. I mean, obviously I love working with the decorators. But even if you're not necessarily a decorator, you're not really sure if this is for you. I've done this with chiropractors, successful business coaches, people who sell equipment and supplies, and obviously lots of decorators. And I've gotten nothing but positive feedback. So if you'll head over to coachosg.com, you can check it out. For the regulators, there is a coupon code. It's UNSTUCK, UNSTUCK. And that'll give you a little bit of a savings for being part of the Two Regular Guys family here. And then last but not least, we've all talked about Fort Worth, and I get to be on that boat too. So I am really looking forward. I think that'll be the first time that the three of us are all in the same place again, but maybe not. But whenever you get Terry, Eric, and I together in one place, it's always a good time. That's
even the DAX show. Eric was doing his events pre-show, and so we were like passing at the airport.
Yeah. And yet we still found a way to have some fun and exchange some good information. So anyhow, I will be out there for the Fort Worth Impressions Expo. I'm doing a workshop on September 13th called the ABCs Design, Print, and Market. And I get to do this with the good folks from the Magic Touch and Creo and Corel Trainer. And then I will be representing our success group. And it's a full day workshop where we're going to go through kind of a start to finish look at custom apparel, kind of from that initial design and final to all the way to actually doing hands-on printing. And we're going to walk through each step, equipping you with the tools to create, to organize, to market, and deliver more to your customers. So again, Corel Trainer is going to tell you all about the designing. I'm going to give you the business foundation, and then the folks at Magic Touch and Creo are going to help you with the actual making of the product. And it's going to be a ton of fun, and it'll be a great event. So if you head over to osg.link/ABCs, that will get you to where you need to go to learn more about that. So that was a lot. Sorry, that took a while. Gone for a week, and I have to get back into it.
You had a lot build up.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, Terry, to close us out here, we got a couple minutes. Why don't we share with folks some of the upcoming trade shows? I know we've kind of gotten to the half point of the year. There's a few things coming up, but and we're going to talk a little bit about 2024, folks. So don't be upset with us, but it'll get here before we know it. So we want to be prepared. So Terry, would you mind running through that list?
Absolutely. The Apparel Decoration Summit is in Nashville, Tennessee, next week, Monday through Wednesday. That is a closed event. Start Here Academy is June 14th in Indianapolis. And just before the Graphics Pro Expo there, which will be June 15th and 16th. I think that's the largest Graphics Pro Expo event of their 7 or 8 events that they do. Yep. The ASI show in Chicago will be July 25th and 27th. Graphics Pro Expo again, Long Beach will be August 18th and 19th. Baltimore, Maryland. They're back in Baltimore after about 5 years, I think. September 13th and 14th. The ABCs, as that Aaron mentioned, will be September 13th in Fort Worth at Impressions Expo. Also a really big show. The Impressions Expo event will be September 14th through 16th. ASI show ConX back in Nashville, Tennessee, October 9th through 12th. Printing United, and we will be there. We had a meeting yesterday. We're going to be doing our show live at Printing United, maybe some other things. We're going to be having some folks from Printing United Alliance on the show here in the coming months to talk a little bit about that event. So we'd love to see you guys in Atlanta, October 18th through 20th. ASI Orlando, yes, we're talking 2024. That's going to be January 3rd through 4th. So go to Universal, go to Disney for New Year's, and stay for the ASI show. I've actually been there for New Year's. It's really cool. Impressions Expo Long Beach, the biggest garment decorating show in the country. It's going to be in Long Beach, California, January 19th through 21st. A couple more international personalization. Easy for me to say. And Awards Expo will be in Las Vegas.
APA.
February.
Just say APA. It's fine.
Got it. Exactly. February 6th through 9th. So take your spouse out there to spend Valentine's Day. ASI Fort Worth, March 5th through 6th. And Impressions Expo Atlantic City. Feel like I was just there. March 21st and 23rd.
There you go. Wow. Great job sharing all that. Yeah. And Rena says you need to get to Long Beach. And I agree. Rena, you need to find somebody that's going to pay me to come out there and be in Long Beach. So
I'll be there.
Terry's not going to pay me to come with him though. So I'd have to pay him. All right. Well, Terry, we have come to the close of another show. We want to thank Angel for joining us today and all that great information. Make sure that let's get her to that 70,000 mark, and we'll have a big celebration. Speaking of celebration, I know I sent you guys one of these. This is coming with me to Indianapolis, by the way. So just
nice.
Who knows what's going to happen, but
what's this bill I got from in Indianapolis?
I asked and they said yes. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
You guys realize what this is, right? How big of a mess it is. Anyhow, go ahead.
Make sure somebody's videoing that.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. All right. So yes, thanks very much, Angel. We appreciate you being here today, and I'm really excited about meeting her out at the Start Here Academy, Terry.
Absolutely. We also want to thank Eric Campbell, our show producer, for keeping those production wheels on the bus going round and round.
Thank you, Eric, very much. All right, guys, here's the deal, regulators. We need your help. We are working on a show for next week, but we don't have anything set in stone. We've got some potential here, but you can guide this, right? Tell us what you want to learn. Who should we interview, or come join the program yourself? Just reach out to us. We need your help. So calling all regulators, who should we talk to? What should we talk about? Or come join us, right? And you can just use that calendly.com/2regularguys. Or if you want to just send us an email, it's info@2regularguys.com. So that'll be next week, Terry. Surprise.
And if you want just a whole show of dad jokes, we could do that.
We could.
Until then, I'm Terry Combs. He's Aaron Montgomery.
And that was the Two Regular Guys.
Here we go. We're out.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening to Two Regular Guys. Check out our website at 2regularguys.com. That's the number 2, regularguys.com. You can also interact with us over at our Facebook page, facebook.com/2regularguys, or send us a tweet, twitter.com/2regularguys. And we have a YouTube page. You can find all that from our website, 2regularguys.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to spending some time with you again next week.